There once was a man named Elias who lived in a quiet village surrounded by golden fields and soft, mist-covered mountains. To everyone else, he seemed blessed, a loving wife, a good job, and a home filled with laughter. Yet inside, his heart was restless. Every night, when the village fell asleep, Elias lay awake. His mind churned with fears of failure, of loss, of the future. No matter how hard he tried to rest, his thoughts raced like a storm. The more he achieved, the heavier he felt. One morning, after another sleepless night, Elias wandered into the village square. There, beneath a great banyan tree, sat an old monk. The man's face was lined with time, yet his eyes held a calm that seemed untouched by the world's noise. Elias hesitated, then spoke. "Master," he said, "how do you find peace in a world that never stops?" The monk looked up with a faint smile. "You search for peace in the world," he said softly, "but the world has none to give. Peace is not something you find. It is something you stop losing." Elias frowned. "Stop losing it? What do you mean?" The monk gestured to the cup beside him. "When this cup overflows, what happens?" "It spills," Elias replied. "Your heart is the same," said the monk. "Every worry, every fear, every regret fills it until even a single drop of life feels too much. To know peace, you must empty your cup, not of life, but of what you carry unnecessarily." Elias went home and thought about those words, but he didn't know how to live them. The next day, he returned to the monk and asked, "How can I let go of the things I carry?" The monk handed him a small stone. "Keep this with you," he said. "When you feel anger, worry, or sorrow, hold it tightly. When you're ready to release it, throw it into the river." Elias didn't understand, but he obeyed. He kept the stone in his pocket, touching it whenever his heart felt heavy. When someone insulted him, when business went wrong, when fear whispered at night, he squeezed the stone and imagined all his pain inside it. Weeks passed. One evening, as the sun sank behind the hills, Elias stopped by the river. He took out the stone, now warm from his hand. He looked at it for a long time, feeling the weight of every anxious thought he had poured into it. Then he threw it into the water. Ripples spread across the surface, then faded into stillness. For the first time in years, Elias felt the same stillness inside himself. The next morning, he went back to the monk. "Master," he said, "when I threw the stone into the river, I felt lighter." The monk nodded. "That is the secret, Elias. Each time life burdens you, throw the stone. Not always into the river, sometimes only from your heart. Let it go." Years passed. Elias grew older, calmer, kinder. People noticed a change in him. They came to him for advice, saying, "You always look at peace. How did you do it?" He would smile and say, "Every day I let go of something small, a grudge, a fear, an expectation. Peace isn't something you find once. It's something you choose every day." But one winter, tragedy came. His wife fell ill. The doctors said she wouldn't live to see the spring. For the first time in many years, Elias's old restlessness returned. He felt the walls closing in. One night, he walked alone to the same river, clutching another stone in his hand. "How can I let go?" he whispered, "when I'm about to lose the person I love most?" He sat by the frozen riverbank for hours, the wind biting his face. Then, through his tears, he remembered the monk's words. Peace is not something you find. It's something you stop losing. He understood. Letting go didn't mean forgetting or not caring. It meant trusting that love never dies. It only changes form. The heart can grieve and still be at peace. So Elias kissed the stone and dropped it into the icy river. His wife passed away before the spring thaw. He mourned her deeply, but beneath the sorrow there was a quiet strength. He didn't hide from pain. He simply allowed it to flow through him like the river itself. As the years went on, Elias became known throughout the region as the man with a peaceful heart. When others faced loss or hardship, they came to him for comfort. He would hand them a small stone and tell them the same thing the monk once told him. When life grows heavy, remember to throw the stone. When Elias grew very old, he returned one last time to the banyan tree where it had all begun. The monk was gone now, but the air beneath the branches still felt sacred. Elias sat down, closed his eyes, and smiled. "My cup is empty," he whispered, "and my heart is full." He passed away peacefully that night as the moon rose over the fields. Villagers found him beneath the banyan tree, his hands folded in peace, a single smooth stone beside him. No one knew what he had whispered before his last breath, but those who had known him said they could feel it, the quiet strength, the stillness that comes when a heart has finally learned to let go. And from that day on, whenever someone in the village struggled with sorrow, they would walk to the river, hold a small stone in their hand, and let it fall into the current. They called it Elias's secret, the secret to a peaceful heart.